Learning to be the light. Are you? Do you have an interest in being the light? Or are you saving that job for somebody else? Seriously. Because it's something we have to decide. If do I want to be the light? I mean, it seems like with Jesus it was a big burden, wasn't it? Being the light. And yet, today's talk is called The Message, not the Man. Because it's our responsibility to become the light and let Jesus be the messenger. Let Jesus be the example rather than the exception. Because I'm on a Jesus series now. We're going to do the parables. We're going through them all. And so I really want to focus on that so that we don't make him glorified. And I'll tell you why. Several Bible readings, so I just printed them out today. It says, and from Luke 18:18, and a ruler asked him, "Good teacher, what shall I do to inherit eternal life?" And Jesus said to him, "Why do you call me good?" In that tone of voice. No one is good but God alone. Now what he's saying, he's not saying that he himself is not good, or that the person asking is not good. What he's saying is, it's that which is in me which is good, not my personality. And we're, especially in this day of tabloids, we're so big on making the body good, the personality good, rather than the source of light that we recognize within them. You know, there are certain celebrities there's only about one that I'm left that I want to meet, and that's because I recognize a light, and this individual doesn't seem to be afraid to show it. And that's what I like to talk to people about, is how are you willing to show your light? Are you interested in your light? Do you know you have one? Do you know you are a light? In our Search for God book, I forget which, it was one of the later chapters, but he said, do you think Jesus went happily to the cross?
Yeah.
No. But he was the light, and he had to do what he had to do. Now, not all of us have to go to the cross. Not all of us have to be crucified. But I feel it is our obligation to be the light. This week I experienced a big disappointment. There was someone I was supposed to be on my radio show that I was really looking forward to, because I see this guy as showing the light. I've never met him. I saw him on television. I asked him, I wrote to him, I said, would you be on my show? Because you embody something, a bigness that I identify with, and I'd like to chat with you about it. And finally said yes. And then he got a kidney stone. And he bagged it this week because he couldn't concentrate. But I noticed on Facebook he's still doing work every night and everything, out and about. And I thought, okay, I have a feeling that the Good Show with Reverend Shawn might be a little intimidating. Might be a little, because a lot of people, who, especially in entertainment fields, don't feel, well, what do I have to offer in spirit? So what when he said, absolutely not, I will not do it, because I did try to talk him into doing it. I went to our neighbor Suzanne, who has been through the mill. I mean, she's had 5 back surgeries. She had 92 personalities at the height of her multiple personality stage. And they've all come down to one again. I mean, she's done her therapy. She's done her work. She can walk in high heels again. She has done her stuff. I can say it because she said it on the radio Friday in infanticide, which is she witnessed the murder of an infant by a neighbor as a child, and the neighbor, it was pedophilia, you know, there was sexual abuse, there was drug abuse, with all within it, threatening her family and everything, and all this, and I just adore this person, because to me she is so wise, and she is so loving and so giving, and she seeks the light all the time. And what I had to laugh though, she and David walk together every morning, and so she was sitting at our kitchen table Thursday morning. I said, would you do my show? And she said, boy, you must have really scraped the bottom of the barrel to get me. And I said, are you kidding me? You have so much to offer the world because of you've gone through it, and where I see you've come out the other side. Your attitude. You're not special because you went through it. Yeah, I see the light because of your attitude with what you did with it. And so, with all of that, I don't make her special. I don't make Jesus special. I don't want to make any one of you special. I don't want to make Dolly Parton special, who's the one celebrity left I want to meet. Because I don't want to get an autograph. I've never gotten an autograph in my life. Because what would I do with an autograph? But a conversation about, you're not afraid to be seen. You're not afraid to go out in the world looking ridiculous. Because to a lot of people, let's face it, if anybody came in here dressed as Dolly Parton, you'd say, what? What are you doing? She modeled herself after the town prostitute. Because that was a glamorous look to her. I mean, you got to understand, and we do think, I'm up here in a pink vest on Labor Day weekend. Because I like it. Because I think it's pretty, and I feel good about myself in it. Most men I know, even gay men, would not be up here in a pink vest. They'd be afraid to.
It looks masculine. No, that.
Well, I know. I agree. I don't feel like a woman. I don't feel like, but most people are afraid of pink. Many women I know are afraid of pink. I like pink.
Lee's not.
Lee?
I don't like pink.
And yet your face just glows with pink. You can say, I am a beloved child of God. You can say, hello, God. It's an alternative. So, why do you call me good? No one is good but God alone. And then down in John 14 it says, let not your hearts be troubled. Believe in God. Believe also in me. In my Father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, would I have told you that I go to prepare a place for you? And when I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and will take you to myself, that where I am, you may be also. And you know the way where I'm going. And so that gets confusing. It sounds like he's saying it's him. But it isn't. What he's saying is he has done his Christ work, even though he didn't have the word Christ. He has done his awakening work. He has seen a way to peace, to joy, to wisdom, to understanding. He has seen a way to stop trying to change the world in order to be at peace. The message, the Jesus Christ message, is that it starts on the inside and works its way to the outside. Quit believing in my body. Quit believing in my personality. Quit believing in that. Quit believing in your body. Quit believing in your personality. And look within. Look to what created your body. Look to what created your personality. Look to what created me. Look to what created the floor. The universe. In Charles Fillmore's book, Dynamics for Living, it says God didn't create the universe. God created that which created the universe. So you see, it's deeper and deeper and deeper. So rather than telling myself today that there is something wrong in me and something right in someone else, because do we do that? Do you have anybody currently in your life where you think, oh, they're so much better than me? Yeah, it's a lie. Liar. It's an illusion. What they'll say, you spot it, you got it. Perhaps what we love about another is what they're mirroring back to us. What we admire about another, but I might be currently afraid to show it even to myself. You see, with power does come responsibility. With power does come accountability. But here's the deal. You might as well learn what to do with that power. You might as well get understanding of that power, because you're living in the results either way. But if I live blindly in the results, I live in confusion. And I think things are happening to me, rather than things are happening as a result of my thinking. Now, I must take my judgment away from what is happening and go to Spirit and say, what is actually happening here? Because otherwise, I'm going to be telling Spirit what I think is happening, and whatever I think is happening, I'm going to limit it. I'm going to make it smaller than what it is. I'm probably going to make it more complicated than what it is. And I'm going to upset myself with my limited thinking. And I just might upset somebody else with my limited thinking, because I will enlist the aid of others in my confusion. I will find newspaper headlines that agree with my confusion. I will find television shows to agree with my confusion. And I know the people to call on the phone when I wish to maintain my confusion. And I know the ones not to call if I want to maintain my confusion. I'm sure you have a list of both. You know, who will enable your misery and who has no time for your confusion, for your illusion. And they will tell you so. What are you talking about? And then there's those special friends. I have one who just stays silent while I'm voicing my confusion until I see, oh, she's not playing the game. It's like playing Monopoly. Somebody won't roll the dice. It's like, we can't move on until you play. And that's right. I'm not going to move on in this game. I haven't agreed to play the game. I love you, and you can play as long as you feel you can, but I'm not going to roll the dice. And it's like, oh, how loving that is, how kind that is. Someone who doesn't need to give me platitudes, doesn't need to do anything but let me wind down. You know, let the nasty doll wind down. Let the confused doll just wind down until it has no place, it can't go anymore. Okay, now the Holy Spirit's interpretation of the New Testament, I love this at Luke 18 through 30 says, when one begins to understand what is asked of him on this path to heaven, one must become afraid. Which I found interesting reading that. That is because you believe that you are the thoughts you think. You have taken them on as your identity. And so, when I ask you to lay your thoughts aside, and I seem to make no exceptions to this request, there must come a time that you become afraid. For there must come a time in which you think that I am asking you to trade yourself for the kingdom of heaven. Love that. Rest assured that nothing could be further from the truth. I will never ask of you something you are not willing to give. This is because you are the Son of God, and what you believe is yours is yours. But there will also come a time when you begin to realize that what you believe is yours is nothing, is no thing, and that it has only held the illusion of value. In this realization, you will begin to give willingness to see differently. Through your willingness, your sight will be changed. As you begin to recognize true value, you will let go of the valueless, because it is value that you seek. So do not be afraid. Be willing and give me what you can. In your gratitude for what you gain through giving, you will be willing to give more. And so as we come to see that the thinking we have held on to for dear life has no value, that's when we say, you know what, maybe it won't be so bad. That's when we will become not afraid. We will become grateful to give it over, to give certain invested thoughts of misery and guilt and lack and death and sin and sickness, to give it away gladly without fear any longer. But you can see, the universe understands that we are going to be afraid first. It's going to terrify us, perhaps it already has, to give up what we think we know, what we think needs to be changed in order for peace to prevail, to surrender our lack in exchange for abundance. Imagine. Now here's the solution. And Jesus gave it to us. In Matthew 5:14 it says, "You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hid, nor do men light a lamp and put it under a bushel, but on a stand, and it gives light to all in the house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven." It does not say, "Let your misery so shine before men." It says, "Let your light shine." Now, one of the things is, it says, "Nor do men light a lamp." That what Jesus is saying is a lamp must be lit. A lamp must be lit. How are you going to light your lamp? You're going to change your words. You're going to change your thoughts. Are you going to admit the truth rather than what is false? How are you going to light your lamp so that you can set it on the stand so that there may be light to all in the house? Mark 4:21 says, "And he said to them, Is a lamp brought in to be put under a bushel or under a bed and not on a stand? For there is nothing hid except to be made manifest, nor is anything secret except to become light." Luke 8:16 says, "No one, after lighting a lamp, covers it with a vessel or puts it under a bed, but puts it on a stand, that those who enter may see the light. For nothing is hid that shall not be made manifest." Luke 11:33, "No one, after lighting a lamp, puts it in a cellar or under a bushel, but on a stand, that those who may enter may see the light. Your eye is the lamp of your body. When your eye is sound, your whole body is full of light. But when it is not sound, your body is full of darkness. Therefore be careful, lest the light in you be darkness. If then your whole body is full of light, having no part dark, it will be wholly bright, as when a lamp with its rays gives you light." And so, how are you going to show your light? How are you going to light your lamp? Are you going to interrupt the thoughts that say, "But I don't have a light"? Are you going to interrupt the thoughts that say, "But I don't want to show my light because I'm afraid of what's going to happen when I show my light"? In the past, when I've shown my light, somebody's hit me, somebody's hurt me, somebody's yelled at me, somebody has embarrassed me. That's no excuse to not keep lighting the lamp. Because somebody has loved you when you've done it. Somebody has been grateful. Go ahead and tolerate the person who fears your light. Shine it anyway. Could you bear to let your light so shine? Could you bear to look in the mirror and see your light as it shines? And ask, Spirit, tell me about this light. Because otherwise I'm going to make up a story, and I'd rather know the truth. As you look in the mirror, you look in the mirror to see the light. You look in the mirror and light the light. How do you light the light? Hello, God. Good morning, God. I'm so glad to see you, God. You notice with that, I can't find anything wrong with me. I can't find flaws in my skin or my hair. I can't find something that's wrong in my weight. Hi, God. I can just smile. These are practical tools for practical living in a spiritual reality. Now, who will be first to let their light so shine? Will you be first today? Will I be first today? Who will be first? Who is racing forth to light their lamp? Who is taking what I'm saying and using it to have a new thought to light their lamp? Who's going to light the light in their household? Who's going to light the light in their car, on the highway? Who's going to be the light on the Merritt today, and who's picking 95? Who's going to light the light at B.J. Ryan's after church? Who's going to light the light over there eating that wonderful food? Who's going to light the light? Who will be first? Hello, jeez. He will be first. Oh, dear Lord, I'm coming. I almost had a white light experience. Who will be first? Could you desire, then it's you.